Hey everybody, I'm Stevie the Kava guy, founder of Cave Valley Kava, Kentuckiana's first Kava lounge, and today we are going to mix Kava together. I'll be showing you how to brew traditional style Kava, which is a question I get a lot lately. I've been selling a lot of homebrew Kava bundles. So you can get all of these ingredients here at the Kava lounge. So what you're going to need is Kava powder, and we suggest doing, you got your household coffee scooper, go and take 3 scoops of Kava powder, and you gotta make sure it's not micronized instant Kava. This is a recipe for traditional style Kava. So Kava root powder, 3 scoops per about 1 cup of, we use room temperature water here. You can use warmer water, but you do sacrifice a more bitter taste with the warmer water that you use. Colder water, it's not going to be as strong, but you do get a better taste. And you're going to need a nice ladle for mixing, because the Kava powder will settle to the bottom of the water as it's being mixed and as it's sitting longer. A nice stainless steel bowl, use a glass bowl as well. And then a Kava strainer bag, we sell those here like I said. You can use like a cheesecloth or strainer bag at maybe even a big box store or your local health food store. We just suggest, use a very fine mesh count. Alright, so you're going to take your Kava powder and just dump it into the strainer bag like so. Hold the strainer bag over the mixing bowl. And then you are going to pour the room temperature water in our case. But if you turn your tap just a little bit hotter, you might enjoy the stronger effects of the Kava as long as you can handle the taste. Alright, so the active compound that gives you the pleasing effects of Kava is called Kava lactones. It's only found in 2 plants in the world, Kava and shell ginger. But mainly the Kava plant, which grows in Oceania. This Kava here is our house Kava Kula strain. Very pleasant strain of Kava, great for drinking at any time of the day. We went through a few different strains last year and settled on this Kava Kula just for being, a great anytime Kava strain, with there being over 100 different strains of Kava. They all have varying flavors and effects, you'll find. Alright, so you kind of want to, twist the strainer bag gently, because you do not want to tear the strainer bag. These aren't going to last for a dozen mixes or 2 dozen, You're aiming for maybe 5 to 10 solid mixes per strainer bag, but that number does vary. You just want to make sure, sample it, make sure that you're not getting too many of the fibers in the mix. And there's some Kava bars and people who they will strain their Kava 2 or 3 times. Alright, so you're gonna basically just squeeze, massage those Kava lactones into the water. You'll kind of see them dissolve. into the water. This process takes just a few minutes, up to 5 to 7 minutes, I'd say. Give it a good squeeze, and now give it a good squeeze, folks. And you want to set your attention about the calming effects, the euphoria that you want to feel from this kava. Got to get your mind right, and that's because water has a memory. So that's why you want to set your attention. Without trying to get too messy, keep squeezing those kava lactones out. And to get more out of your kava powder, you can even do what's called a second wash technique. That means once you make this batch, run the same amount or a little bit less water through the kava strainer bag again before you compost the fibers. So you'll see it's still retaining water a little bit. You can see some kava lactone still coming out of there. So now I'm gonna submerge the kava in there pretty well, and I just like to let it sit for about 8 to 10 minutes. Yeah, you can still see a lot more coming out there. All right. Yeah, so at this point, you might want to give it a little stir and just let it sit for about 8 to 10 minutes. And we're back here at Cave Valley Kava, mixing some kava with you, having a blast here, doing what I love. So the kava's been submerged in the water for a few minutes now. Ooh, can be a messy job, but I'm personally not much of an apron guy, so I love smelling like kava, getting some kava stains on me by the end of the day. It's a good day here at the lounge. All right. Oh yeah, that's looking good. You want the water to look less translucent and more like milky, I would almost say. People call kava moon milk at times, especially if they're spiking it with a hint of milk or something, and people even use coconut water instead of distilled water like we do here, and it's something I very well might add to my menu any day now, just to give people a few more nutrients, a different flavor, a little bit more of an island flavor there with the coconut water kava. But this here is our signature house kava recipe that folks seem to love. One of my top sellers since I launched Cave Valley Kava, and I believe is the way kava is meant to be enjoyed per se, the way it's been basically enjoyed for over 3,000 years. Oh yeah, all right. Now the strainer bag's not retaining that much more kava lactones. The mix is looking real good. And you can check the strainer bag for any tears that will affect the mix, and we're looking good. Got your quality control out here at Kentucky's first Kava Lounge. Cool, so that looks like a good mix of Kava right there, folks. I'm gonna bring my strainer bag over to the dish pit and compost the fibers, because we are a composting business. So now you're going to want to give your Kava a good old mix. Hopefully you had some fun brewing Kava like I always do. And this Kava you're going to want to refrigerate if you're not going to enjoy some right away. And then it'll stay good for about 70 to 80 hours, I'd say, refrigerated. Just give it a good stir, shake, and you can serve it on ice. You can add it to seltzer if you want, but I suggest, enjoying 6 to 12 ounces per sitting. It's traditionally mixed in a wooden bowl, actually, in the South Pacific, and enjoyed in shells. But we do things a little bit different out here in Kentuckiana. We got these fancy containers here that I like to serve the Kava out of. So I just gave it a good old stir. Serve up your Kava. I know back in the islands they like to say bula instead of cheers when they enjoy it. And you're going to want to drink it somewhat quick, because the fibers will settle to the bottom and you won't get the full effect of the Kava. Enjoy.